you cannot help but flinch whenever I use my skills. You think, this time he's definitely gone full demon.
It's not personal.
If you're watching me in battle, you leave yourself open to our actual enemies.
The power of the demon-possessed assassin should make up for how twitchy everyone else gets, right?
The deeper currents.
You've been on this contract from the beginning, right?
I guess so?
What's your assessment of the targets?
Honestly, anybody the Venatori get excited about is trouble.
That's the truth.
The deeper currents.
What's it like when you use your magic?
Oh, it's like I'm touching something vast and eternal. A well deep inside.
Not so much like possession.
No, but it was terrifying the first time it happened.
That I understand.
The deeper currents.
The wing thing. Do you do that on purpose?
I don't. Why?
So you just naturally look amazing when spite helps? Some people get possessed and become mounds of pulsating flesh. You get wings.
Lucky me, my demon has a sense of style.
deeper currents.
Treviso's really beautiful. The canals, the bridges, the old spires. It's all gorgeous.
Isn't it? I've learned not to take it for granted.
To other shores.
There must be lots to do in Treviso. Anything you recommend?
Killing Anta or Venatori?
Oh, right. Sorry.
Places between.
If you're still interested in Treviso, you should ask Thea to show you around.
And Dara, Taya? She's so intimidating.
You're joking. Thea?
She's so polished, you know? I bet she never makes a mistake with the silverware.
She does keep track of which ones Viago's poisoned.
The deeper currents.
How did you become such a good cook anyway? It doesn't feel like a crow thing.
I was stuck in prison for a year. Thinking about how I'd kill my enemies was entertaining, until I ran out of ideas. That's when I started thinking up dishes.
We sail.
Harding, you come from Ferelden, right?
Sure do. Is this the start of a turnip joke?
Everyone likes turnips. No. Are you from Denerim, then?
No, the countryside near Redcliffe. Why?
I've never been to Ferelden.
The deeper currents.
Lucanus, you've really never been to Ferelden? But I thought you traveled all over.
The Crows don't take many contracts there. Not since the Fifth Blight.
I heard Terran Loghain hired crows in his fight over the throne.
And that's why we don't work there anymore.
We sail.
So the crows don't work in Ferelden anymore because of Loghain? Why exactly?
House Aranai embarrassed themselves so badly on that job, the Crows buried 6 different Eighth Talons.
You're saying they actually die of embarrassment?
Some of them weren't dead at the time, but they got it eventually.
We sail.
So, the Redcliffe countryside.
It's beautiful. Green, so many trees, wild berries everywhere. Most of them aren't even poisonous.
Do you have wyverns there?
You know, I've never heard of any around. But there are dragons. They usually don't overlap territory.
Pity.
Places between.
I just remembered. They have wyverns in Orlais across the border. Nobles hunt them for sport.
I've taken contracts in Orlais, but never in the countryside.
So if you have to take out a target and there were wyverns around, what would you do?
Kill the target and leave the body for the wyverns, of course. I need something for the bait.
And when the wyverns show up?
Nothing. Just seeing a wyvern is the whole point.
To other shores.
You know, I heard there was an Orlesian duke or something who kept wyverns as pets.
You can do that?
It's probably not easy to keep a wyvern.
I already have a snake, and it cannot be worse than keeping a Lario.
To other shores.
How did you wind up specializing in killing mages, Lucanus?
Katarina wanted to tap new markets.
Markets? You make it sound like selling produce.
They can be similar. You want to sell assassination somewhere, you have to know what people want. Contracts on mages in the south are rare, but in Tevinter, Nevarra, Rivain, mages have status and enemies.
Ah, got it. Sell apples, you only get the apple eaters, but if you sell apples and dead mages...
It worked.
Places between.
Okay, mages in Tevinter having contracts on their lives, I can imagine. But Rivain and Navara?
Seers in Rivain are powerful. Not all of them, of course, but not every Tevinter mage is a magister either. In Nevarra, forget what you know about nobles. The Mortalitasi hold all the power and influence.
Mages are powerful everywhere, aren't they?
Not in the way that puts a price on your head. Fireballs aren't a threat like coin and political pull.
The deeper currents.
So, what special things do you know as a mage assassin? Or can you not reveal that?
There's no secrets to it. Be fast, strike hard, stay out of sight. And if that doesn't work, piss them off.
Why? So they'll make mistakes?
Because it'll probably cause a demon to eat them.
Oh, yeah. That would do it.
To other shores.
Harding, you were in the Inquisition when it formed, right?
Pretty much from the beginning. Yeah.
How did that happen?
Right place, right time, I guess. They needed folks who knew the terrain around Haven. And I didn't want to watch sheep.
Good career choice.
To other shores.
I cannot imagine working for something as big and public as the Inquisition.
Oh, I didn't think of it that way. I was always out in the field, scouting areas, mostly alone. Besides, the Crows are a big public organization too. Everyone everywhere's heard of them.
I think we'd have to spend less time stabbing each other to call ourselves an organization.
other shores.
Is it true that you've met the head of the Chantry, Harding?
Divine Victoria? Yeah, I met her. Before the really fancy hat.
How dangerous is she, really?
On a scale from 1 to 10? I'd give her an 11. Why?
The Crows get a lot of contracts for her.
Maybe don't take them?
Agreed. We have enough trouble.
The deeper currents.
The things you make, Harding, are they typical Ferelden dishes?
Oh no. I don't know how to make any of the real traditional staples. My ma always did the cooking. She can make all the classics: jam tart, cider porridge, turnip stew with 50 cloves of garlic.
She didn't teach you how to cook?
Nope. I'm entirely self-taught.
She must have many feelings about that.
Places between.